Kang Changdong, he is 65 years old, and his wife Kim Sunok is 60. But what's most impressive is not their age, but how young, energetic, and full of life they look. Many people in their years are already beginning to feel the limitations of age, while they continue to maintain activity, lightness, and a positive outlook on life. Their story is interesting because there are no miraculous methods or quick fixes behind it. Over the years, they have created a lifestyle that helps maintain health, inner energy, and youth. Be sure to watch the video to the end, and we will reveal the principles by which they manage to look much younger than their years. So, let's get started. The first secret is related to something that is rarely talked about in conversations about longevity. It's a relationship. Most people start looking for reasons for youth in food, vitamins, or exercise. But modern science is increasingly showing that emotional state affects health no less than nutrition or sports. A person can eat right and exercise regularly, but if his life is filled with constant stress, anxiety, and conflicts, the body will still age faster. Kang and Kim support each other throughout their lives, and it makes a huge difference. When someone you can trust is around, the nervous system works completely differently. The body spends less resources on dealing with stress and directs more resources to recovery. Interestingly, loneliness is considered by many scientists today as one of the health risk factors. People are created for communication and support. When a person feels needed, loved, and important to someone, it affects not only their mood, but also their physical condition. Therefore, a strong relationship can be considered a real asset to longevity. In addition, support helps to maintain discipline. It's very difficult to stick to healthy habits alone for years. It is much easier to do this when there is a person nearby who shares your values and lifestyle. The second secret of this couple is playing sports together. When it comes to prolonging youth, movement remains one of the most powerful tools. No pill can replace the changes that occur in the body during regular physical activity. During movement, the functioning of the cardiovascular system improves, muscles strengthen, the brain works more actively, and cells receive more oxygen. But the most important thing is that physical activity helps to maintain the body's functionality. After all, the real indicator of youth is not the number in the passport, but the ability to move freely, maintain strength, and remain independent. With age, a person begins to gradually lose muscle mass. This process occurs in almost everyone. But it's the muscles that help maintain a normal metabolism, protect joints, and keep you active. Therefore, people who continue to exercise after the age of 50 and 60 often look younger, not only externally, but also biologically. The special thing about Kang Changdong and Kim Sunok is that they play sports together. This turns training from a duty into a part of living together. When a useful habit is associated with pleasant communication, it becomes much easier to consolidate. That is why many couples who engage in physical activity together maintain this habit for decades. The third secret may seem unexpected. They pay great attention to their appearance and always look stylish. Some people think that after a certain age, looking after your appearance is no longer so important. But in fact, there is an interesting psychological mechanism hidden here. When a person stops taking care of himself, he often begins to gradually lose interest in other areas of life. On the contrary, people who continue to dress beautifully and take care of themselves tend to retain their inner energy much longer. They are more likely to be around people, get to know each other more easily, remain socially active, and continue to gain new experiences. Our brain is constantly reacting to the environment. including his own image. When a person sees a well-groomed and confident person in the mirror, it affects their mood, self-esteem, and even their activity level. Therefore, the style for Kang Changdong and Kim Sunok is not just about clothes. This is a reflection of the attitude towards life. The fourth secret is proper nutrition. Many people are looking for complex eating patterns, hoping to find the perfect diet. But the experience of most centenarians shows a completely different picture. Most of the time, health is based on consistency rather than extremes. The body performs billions of processes every day. It repairs cells, produces hormones, and supports the functioning of the brain and immune system. All of this requires high-quality nutrients. Protein helps maintain muscles and repair tissues. Vegetables and fruits provide the body with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. Healthy fats are involved in brain function and help maintain the health of the cardiovascular system. But the most important advantage of proper nutrition is the cumulative effect. One healthy meal will not make a person healthier. Similarly, one unhealthy meal will not destroy your health. The real changes are due to habits that have been repeated over the years. That is why the lifestyle of Kang Changdong and Kim Sunok deserves attention. They are not trying to find quick solutions. They create a habit system that works for them every day. If you look at their entire history, it becomes clear that the main secret of youth is not just one factor. The real result comes when several healthy habits begin to reinforce each other. Relationship support helps reduce stress. Sport preserves strength and energy. Taking care of your appearance supports confidence and interest in life. Proper nutrition provides the body with everything necessary for recovery. Individually, each of these habits is useful, but together they create a powerful effect that becomes noticeable years later. The story of Kang Changdong and Kim Sunok is a reminder of a simple truth that many people forget. Youth rarely comes from a jar of supplements or from another trendy wellness system. Most often, it is born out of daily decisions that seem insignificant at first glance. Perhaps the main lesson of this couple is that longevity is not a struggle with age. It is the ability to create a life year after year in which the body remains active, the mind remains clear, and each new day still arouses interest. And that is why, even decades later, Kang Changdong and Kim Sunok continue to look like people who have not just lived for many years, but have managed to preserve the most valuable things: energy, joy of life, and inner youth. Friends, what do you think about this couple? Write your opinion in the comments. If this video was useful to you, then please like it and share the link with those who might find it particularly useful. We also recommend watching this video, which has now appeared on your screen.